You didn't think I would come to Home GymCon and not go to the Bells of Steel booth, did you? Well, I left it towards the end of Saturday, but I finally made it over here to Bells of Steel, and there's a couple of products that I want to show you, and this is one of them. I'm Tim from GymCrafter, and I've been here all weekend looking at stuff, and the cool thing about Home GymCon this year is that there are so many new products. And Bells is no exception. They've got a couple of new products. This one I'm standing right next to is one of them. So when I look at the products in my gym that I use the most, very near the top are going to be my Bells of Steel cable towers. They've got 2 cable towers. Both of them are weight stacks. So really good machines. I use them all the time. Well, one of the problems with those is they're 2.3 by 2.3 upright. So they're great for standalone. They're great if you want to join them together and make them on their own. But if you've got a 3x3 rack, it's hard for you to integrate this into your accessory assortment. Your seats, for one, won't work on another. You've got to buy all special stuff. Well, Bells of Steel listened, and they came out now with a 3x3 single stack cable tower. So just like the 2.3 by 2.3, they're going to offer this in a couple of different flavors. This one is the plate loaded variety. One of the great things about this product from Bells is they offer it in a plate loaded format. Plate loaded format saves you a ton of money. I think for the smaller upright, I think that the plate loaded is right around $400, whereas the Selectorize is like $1,100. It's a huge cost savings for you, and they're going to offer the same thing here. So what we have here is we have the plate loaded version, and then we have it actually mounted to another upright. So you could actually expand this off of your rack. You're going to want to secure this to a wall or your floor outside of that, but this gives you a bunch of different options. And like I said, if you've got there's a seal row pad down here. If you've got different attachments that are for your 3x3 rack, and the cool thing is this has keyhole mounts on it. So whether you have 3x3 with 1-inch holes, 3x3 with 5/8 holes, you're going to be able to use all of your accessories on this particular cable tower without having to buy new stuff like I do for mine at home. So very, very cool. Let me show you a couple things on here, because here at the show there's a wide range of stuff, right? So over at the Rep Fitness booth, they have their Rep, I believe it's called the Adonis. It's their single stack cable tower. Now, not only is that gigantic, you don't need to bolt it to the floor because it's the size of a small boat, but their big claim to fame is that it's a 2-to-1 from the front of the unit, nice long cable travel, and then they have a 1-to-1 at the top and bottom for your low row and for your pull down. While that sounds neat, right, on paper, what I found in practice from having the Bells of Steel cable tower is it is invaluable the way they do it. So the way that they do it is there's one carriage that goes all the way top to bottom. So you don't have 3 attachment points. This is your single point of attachment for everything. There are 2 attachment points on this for your accessories, or it comes with a thing that actually you can join them together. So when I pull this, this is 2-to-1. If I join them together, it's 1-to-1. The nice thing about this is that you can get the 1-to-1 or the 2-to-1 from any position. So your 5-pound steps or your smaller steps, you can get the longer cable travel from any position. And the nice thing for me, what I really enjoy doing, is I enjoy doing alternating single arm work from above and below. So now I can actually do 1 arm at a time. Now, if I was lower on this, the one drawback to these is they are a little short. So pull downs, I typically have to sit very lower on the floor. If you want to extend these up higher, not for this one, but for those smaller ones, Matt Porter over at Porter Phys Ed makes some great accessories for that. But even with this, I could sit on the floor or the low rows, and by doing single arm, you've heard me talk about this a lot in videos, where the muscle grows most when you exercise it from the stretched position. The problem is, and as a trainer I run into this a lot, trying to get the folks that I train to actually hold that movement in the stretched position, they're always coming out of it too fast. Well, when you're doing this and you've got the single, when you're holding one up, you're naturally holding it in the stretched position while you're moving the other arm. So that allows you, and you can obviously imagine that I'm down lower when a full stretch here, that allows you to really hold that stretched position under tension for a long period of time, and it's very effective. The other thing you can do is, instead of having to do bilateral movements, by doing this also, I'm now activating much more of my core. So when I do 2 arms pull downs like this, then what happens is you use a different set of stabilizer muscles than if you do 1. The other nice thing is that you have much more flexibility in your attachments, so that if I want to, if this is just a single attachment point, I can just grip at different areas and that's where my hands stay. With this, I can now bring it down close, I can bring it down far, I can bring it down in different angles, I can turn them. So it's a much more useful thing. So as much as I like that Repodonis, and they're not the only ones, whether that's a Titan single stack tower, whether that's something by Prime Fitness, all these things that cost 3 and 4 and 5 times as much as this, actually I think the functionality of a setup like this is much better and much more useful to us than having to do all the extra cables and pulleys, all the extra expense to go to a single attachment point at the top. So this is really cool. So this is just a new iteration. The ecosystem for the Bell's cable towers is growing and growing and growing, and that's because they work so well. I love seeing this 3x3 edition. I will put links down below to not only the smaller upright ones, because those are a little less expensive, but also to this. This right now I believe is going to be on a pre-order shortly, so as soon as that's available, I will put a link down below for you guys. That is an affiliate link, so how I pay for trips like this to come show you this kind of stuff is by you guys clicking on those links. You've heard me say that before. I will say it again, but thank you so much for doing that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing, subscribing, all the algorithm, Google stuff we have to do to kind of keep these channels going, but thank you for all of that. And coming towards the end of Home Gym Con 2025, I'm Tim with GymCrafter.